Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks with Yealing237, and today we're going to do a tank review on one of the most fun and entertaining tanks in the game, the Tier 6 Russian heavy tank, the KV-2. We're going to see how it stacks up against the Japanese behemoth, the OI, and its counterparts, the Russian KV-85 and the other Russian T-150. So stay tuned, we've got some awesome gameplay coming up, but first let's run down the statistics of the KV-2 and see how it compares to its competitors. Now, as per usual, none of the tanks are using equipment, consumables or any crew skills, and the reason I've got two of each tank is the first tank is always using HE, so this KV-2 is using HE and this one's using HE, both with the derp guns, so to speak. This KV-2 and this OI are both firing AP. Obviously these ones are firing AP full upgraded using a 100mm, which is my preferred gun to use on the KV-85, and obviously the T-150 excuse me, using 107mm. So as you can see, KV-2 even firing HE has the best DPM, and firing AP it is still better than the OIs and slightly worse than the T-150s and doesn't compare to the KV-85's fantastic 2000. Penetration wise, obviously HE you wouldn't expect to have much, but the KV-2 does have superior by 11mm more penetration than the OI. Not with the AP rounds, however, which are 11 less on the KV-2 towards the OI, and obviously 100mm going getting 170mm penetration for the KV-85, and the T-150 has 167. Damage wise, the KV-2 and the OI have 910 and 700 with AP and HE respectively, with 250 for the KV-85 and 300 for the T-150. Whilst at Tier 6, these still can pack quite a punch when you're shooting some Tier 6 medium tanks and tank destroyers. Reload wise, as you expect, the derp guns have got in superior DPM, but the KV-2's reload is just that bit better than the OI's, and out of all of them, the KV-85 has the superior fire over the T-150. Shell velocity wise, obviously derp guns having pretty poor shell velocity, even firing AP, and the KV-85 has a fantastic 900 meters per second, which means you don't have to give that much lead when sniping at long range with your enemies. Ammunition wise, the KV-2 has slightly less, quite a lot less ammunition than the OI, which isn't too bad, having a 910 and 700 alpha damage, but it gives you slightly less flexibility in the amount of premium AP rounds or HE and how you prefer to play it. T-150 having slightly more ammunition over the KV-85, but still a good slab to be doing 250 damage with 41 shells, or if you fire HE obviously be more. Aim time wise, the KV-2 has the worst, or at least over the OI, and obviously the standard high penetration guns. KV-85 has a pretty respectable 2.6 second aiming time, whereas the T-150 has an atrocious 3.2, which isn't that better than the OI's 3.55. Accuracy wise, it's relatively the same accuracy for both the OI and the KV-2. KV-85 again having the best accuracy with its 100mm gun, and the T-150 having slightly worse. Obviously, being the KV-2, the larger the accuracy, the larger the number, should I say, the better the accuracy. No, that isn't true, but that's the theory. Elevation wise, 12 degrees, not great. 20 degrees for the OI, and 18 and 20 for the KV-85 and T-150, so the KV-2 is lacking there. But it does make up for 7 degrees of gun depression, and the T-150 also having 7. KV-85 lacking at 3, which can make it quite inflexible when fighting on minor ridgelines, but the OI having an amazing 10 degrees of gun depression for a heavy tank, especially one with such good turret armour and a really powerful gun, whether it chooses to use the high penetration gun or the derp gun. Mobility wise, all the Russian tanks are very similar, 34-35, and the KV-2 is superior by 6 km/h over the OI, as you'd expect, as the OI, as we'll see, is quite a heavy girl, shall we say. First speed, all around the same, except the KV-85 having slightly better than all the other tanks at 14. Power to weight ratio, 11 for the KV-2 and 13 and around about 13 for the KV-85 and T150, whilst the OI obviously being heavier and whilst having a quite a lot more powerful engine, double that of the KV-2, it is around about 2.5 times the weight, so it only has an 8.02 power to weight ratio. Terrain resistances, pretty bad for the KV-2, but as you can see, the OI and the KV-85 and the T150 having superior terrain resistances. Turret traverse speed, the KV-85 has a fantastic 29.2 degrees a second for a tier 6 heavy tank, whilst the KV-2 and the OI lingering around the 16 to 18 mark, and the T150 having 25. Track traverse 18 across the board for the KV-2 and the OI and the T150, whilst the KV-85 having 30. Brake force wise, very similar for the KV-2 and KV-85, slightly better for the T150, but a fantastic 150,000 for the OI, meaning if it needs to stop to avoid, let's say, artillery or another howitzer or even a high penetration gun, it can slam on those brakes very quickly and possibly evade the shot. Well, so to speak, but the OI is a rather large tank, and it should be having the best armour, 150mm for the front and rear. That's something you have to watch out for when fighting Japanese heavy tanks. Their side armour is atrocious. Look, 70mm here, and 150, I suppose the turret armour is very strong, but the rear armour, if you can at all costs, and you think, oh, if all the other tanks get around the rear, it'll be easy to pen. No, not with the Japanese heavy tanks at least. The rear armour is very, very strong. Like, it can reverse side scrape like a KV-5 can, although without the weak point. So don't shoot an OI or any Japanese heavy tank in the rear with tier 6 and upwards. Turret armour wise, obviously the OI having very strong 150 all round, and lacking on the KV-2 and said speed the T150 and the KV-85. View range wise is appalling for all the Russian tanks really, 330, 340 meters, but the OI having, for the tier at least, a very good, excuse me, 370 meters view range. Camouflage wise, OI and KV-85 winning that, with KV-85 having slightly more. Tank cost wise, they're all very similar, T150 being the cheapest, but all around the 900,000 mark, which is very respectable for a tier 6 heavy tank. Chance to be set on fire, 15% for all the Russian tanks and 20 for the Japanese, so it can be set fire relatively easily if you don't watch out. So always pack a automatic, or if you can't afford it, a manual fire extinguisher, or if you insist on using I think it's Ongiri for the food, or for the premium consumable, at least have a very good firefighting crew. Shell cost wise, quite expensive for the KV-2, well, the most expensive for the KV-2, relatively cheap for the OI, and an amazing 252 crits for the KV-85, so you're going to be making lots of credits in this tank, which will be expected as the KV-85 is sort of more of a medium tank, sort of a slightly inflexible medium, should we say. And this is where the OI is one of the most ridiculous tanks. KV-2 weighs 52,750 kilograms, T150 at 54, and the KV-85 weighing the least at 45,570. The OI weighing 149,710. Well, struggle to get that out there. It's a very heavy tank. Say as it is a super heavy tank, and if we just swap the T150 quickly for the mouse, which is here, the mouse weighs 188, so it's only around 40,000 tons off the weight of a mouse, which is ridiculous for a tier 6 tank. So that means if you can get this thing going down the slope quickly towards your enemies, you're going to be brutalizing it. But anyway, It's not about the OI, it's about the KV2. And the KV2 is a very strong tank. So it's Russian obviously, but even still, superior rate of fire, slightly better camouflage, better DPM than the OI. So with that being said, let's see how the KV2 performs in some gameplay. So guys, you join us on a standard battle on the Tundra map in a tier 6 game. So, no sorry, not a tier 6 game, my apologies, a tier 7 game, but there isn't that many tier 7 tanks on the enemy team. We've got a Tiger, an E25, which is going to be interesting as Wargaming decided to put that tank back out on sale during the Advent, that's what I'm looking for, Advent calendar. And we also a Jag Panther, which is another very strong tier 7 tank destroyer, and the GW Panther. So, the KV2, I've decided to go to this end of the map because I'm too slow to go fight over here. I'm too vulnerable to go fight over this location. And I really don't want to go down into the boggy area where I could get shot by artillery and some more mobile tanks. Now, unfortunately I don't kill that STR-V74, I mean, pretty bad shot to aim for the gunman, but I saw the Jag Panther and the ARL were hiding around the corner, so I decided to get them a shot off. I still did 465 damage on non-penetrating hits, which is good. Now, obviously, prepare the gun, which is KV2, does not need to aim with its big number accuracy. Snapping a shot there into the ARL. And you'll notice, even with the OI, you'll notice that the KV2 and the OI, when they don't pen, it will still do 465 damage. It's insane. Now, good map awareness here, and I realise there's an E25 coming forward. He's only on 31 hit points, but it doesn't matter. And we kind of brutalise him there. Now, whilst I'm doing damage, peeking out and chunking away these guys' health, that's the right word, my equipment loadout, there's an argument to use combat rations or fire extinguisher, as you say. That's a bad shot there by me, but I was trying to snap it off quickly. But I feel that the extra the view range and the cruise skill is necessary in this tank because of its view range and maximising that DPM potential, and I've compensated for the view range by using binoculars. Can we hit this ARL? No, I decide not to. He fires at me to take the opportunity and kill that STR-V. Now again, luckily for us, someone spotted the Jag Panther. Now I can kill him, but I have to get to his side or his rear. And I know he's using the 85, so I can't. No, he's not. He's using the 100mm. Bit of misplay there by me. And I'm not going to shoot him here. I tried to track him before by nudging him, but I don't shoot him when I'm behind him because I will kill myself with the splash damage. And this T-34 is in the way, and I fire, and I do 129 damage to T-34 from splash. That's how powerful this tank is at tier 6. It has a 3.66 meter splash radius, which is insane. So far we're up to 3,100 damage, 3,100 W and 8, 1,400 damage. Again, my words a bit confused here. And I see there's some people capping on 19 hit points, and I really don't want to go and face the cap. And there's Type 62 running. Yeah, this is cruelty to small cheese. It's stuff like that makes the KV2 playable, and it's stuff like that also makes it quite sad that Wargaming have removed the ability to talk to other people in game. But the toxicity was disgusting, so we'll leave it out. But I would have loved to see his reaction. Now, it's an IVK using his derp gun to come and see behind me, but nope. Just shotgun him in the face, so to speak. And artillery trying to get me, but no. And here comes the Tiger, and I can't do anything against this guy really. The KV1's gonna hopefully put some shots to him, maybe get a couple in. He puts one in, leaves him on 1,000 hit points. If I pen and get a high roll, I can kill this guy. He puts another one in, I can definitely kill him with a high pen. And no, he derps his shot, and at this moment it's just a case of waiting for that Tiger to reload. And unfortunately, yeah, we are unable to pick up the top gun, and we get killed by the Tiger. And, you know, 5 kills in a tier 8 game, not particularly bad, 2,500 damage. Now it's up to this Hellcat and KV1, and again, I have a bit of a moment, like, I'm not harsh towards him, he is a very new player, but I would expect him to at least recognise the base is being capped, well, was being capped. So I am quite abrupt and upfront with this Hellcat. I was a bit frustrated getting killed by that Tiger and not paying him. So I do apologise about that, but this KV1, he stands no chance, and yeah. And again, I say that the Hellcat loses us the game, but in all fairness, looking back at it now, he couldn't win. Like, he's in a stock Hellcat. I'm not sure where he's going or what he thinks he's going to achieve here. He's probably just trying to have a little bit of fun at the end of the game. Bit of a misplay knocking down the trees, but again, he's a new player, so I can't be too harsh towards him. He rushes the artillery. Artillery misses by a country mile. And he just proceeds to feast on this artillery, getting something else out of this game, so fair play to him. But again, even if he was a good player, like just above George player like I am, or a super unicorn player, like the minority of people in World of Tanks are, he'd probably still be able to win this unless he gets extremely lucky. But as you can see, whilst being on low health, the OI can kill him in 2 hits. The Tiger can out DPM him, and I'm helping him out here, just saying that the Tiger's health and the OI's health is on, but he doesn't stand a chance really. Not because of his player ability, just because of the tank he's driving. The stock Hellcat, the 76mm gun, has around 128mm penetration, I believe. And even with premium, you're going to have trouble going through the front of the OI, and he won't be firing premium at this tier or this amount of games played. So unfortunately, it's just a matter of time really. And it's a bit of a spoiler, but you would have found out anyway. And I do say to him, you can't pen him from the front, and he goes out. Unfortunately, he gets killed. And it's not really his fault. That's the advantage of the OI. It's that frontal armour, but it's that minority of, like, not minority, but it's a very, like, centred tank. It's very good at its armour. It's not a proper derp tank. It's a get in your face and brawl type of machine. Obviously it does use a derp gun, but, you know, he really couldn't do anything there. A bit of a misplay. Now, there is an argument, just before we move on to the second replay, that I could have fired AP against that Tiger, and the Tiger doesn't have particularly good side armour, and if we look, it won't show us unfortunately, but the arm piercing was around 98mm penetration or 110 with premium. Now it wouldn't have killed the Tiger, but I would have got myself another 400, maybe 500 damage. Could have killed him maybe with an ammo rack, but I don't fire AP in this tank like most of you do. But anyway, that being said, let's move on to the second replay. So guys, you join us on a standard battle on the swamp map, and we'll be watching in this replay Explosion 111 in his KV2, which is very aptly named to say he's playing in KV2. Now, the first thing I have to notice here is his ammunition loadout. He's got 16 AP rounds and 20 HE, so he likes to use AP occasionally, I get the impression. Anyway, he also uses a fire extinguisher. He's going to be lacking on the DPM side a little bit, but he's going to be safer in terms of getting set on fire. Now, as you can see, he's in a tier 8 game. Yes, tier 8. With a good slab, that is 6 tier 8 tanks, and they're all very well armoured or very strong machines. You see, even Tiger 2. Wow, for a start, I haven't watched this replay through. I've seen the end details, but I just looked at the statistics and thought, let's watch this replay. So I don't know what happens in it in terms of shots like that. I mean, wow, penetrating shell must have dipped on top of the Tiger, and he fires. Even then, and he doesn't penetrate the side of an OI, he's still doing a ridiculous amount of damage, 312, and he's probably going to do crew skills and frustrating that guy greatly. Now, as you can see, his team have lost a little bit of health pushing against those tanks there, but they have broken through. And he's trying to feather out a shot on this OI. Will he manage to pick it up? Oni, sorry, that's the tier 7 Japanese heavy tank. But no, it doesn't look like it. So he's going to advance forward here. He's looking to see what the SU-100Y is doing. And he goes to feed on the other box tank. They do call it, but he spots Leo. Leo's behind some cover. Would like to take out that Leo, I'd say he's a very strong player, but no, he decides to end that SU-100Y quite brutally, to be honest. I will use brutal a lot in the KV2 because it's probably the best description you can have in this tank. It's brutal. So if we just zoom out quickly, oh no, I can tell what's going to happen here even though I'm watching the replay. Wow, oh yeah. That's what this tank will do though, to lightly armoured tanks. You think, oh there I've got 700 hit points left. No, KV2 does not take into account your hit points. It's KV2 obviously. Now, there's an IS-3 coming up here. It's a stock IS-3, but he's still going to be using a 122mm gun, so it's still going to be a threat. That being said, he is playing a KV2, so eyes up shot, fires. IS-3 not too good gun depression, donks his shot somewhere into the ground behind him. I have no idea where that went. And he retreats, and he still did only 266 damage. That's because there was like a bit of spaced armour and tracks blocking his shot, but still, it tracked and forced him to use his repair kit. And he's reloaded. IS-3 comes out, aims the shot, he's not looking at him. Wow. Another 821 damage with a penetrating hit. IS-3 bounces. This guy was on full health. Yes, he was stock, but he was only against tier 6 tanks. And, well, you know, KV2 does not care. Just completely destroys that guy's chances of doing anything useful in this game. And that's it, he's run. He's gone, screw you guys, I'm going home. Now, he's lined up short on this Type 62. He's going to find it. There's a gap. Can you snipe him? No, unfortunately. Shell goes a bit high and a bit right. Now, so far, they have an Emil 1 on half health, an IS-3 on 193 health, so he's a one-shot, unless they hit him right in the gun barrel, but even then I still think you would be able to kill him. An unspotted Nalzorn, a Jagdtiger on full health, don't know how healthy the Super Pershing is, or the SU-152, and they've spotted the Emil 1. And so far, he's doing very well in a tier 8 game, 3,200 damage, 7,800 WN8. Now the Emil, he could be using the auto-loader gun. No, it doesn't look like he's his stock, but explosion farms that kill as well. So what you do in the KV2, you just farm kills. Now the Type 62 appears. I will be doing a tank review on that thing shortly. Very relatively rare, not as rare as the Type 59. Tier 7 medium tank, but is a very big threat to this KV2. Obviously, KV2 does not need to aim with those fantastic dispersion values. Takes out a tier 7 Chinese light tank. So, he's pulled the scores back now, and then now losing 12-10, or 10-12, depending how you look at it. But they're 2 tanks behind, as a full health Jagdtiger. And this is what I love about the KV2, just farming on tanks like Jagdtigers on the side, especially if like an M41 90mm with HEP rounds, high penetration HE rounds, not necessarily HEP, but just any HE round that can go through the side of a tank with a lot of hit points, and especially the rear. Can you get a shot? The T-34 is blocking him. He aims, aiming, fires. Doesn't pen, does 450 damage, and now he's been caught by a Super Pershing on 485 hit points, so we might not be able to kill this guy in one shot. Luckily for him, the Super Pershing is focusing on the T-34, and luckily for him, the T-34 is turning around. The IS-3 donks his shot. That gives Explosion time to go out and kill this IS-3. Good prioritization there by him. to pick apart the tank on lowest hit points. In these situations where you're either same hit points or out-tiered or outnumbered, take down the tanks with the least amount of hit points. Now he's loading his armor piercing rounds, and just to note here, he's not firing a standard AP with 110mm penetration. I got that wrong in the last replay, which I do apologise about. The armor piercing has 136mm of premium pen. A bit risky against super pushing, I feel, having 485 hit points, but the T-34 for him puts in shot, losing 111 hit points, and now he loads a HE round. Because he knows he can kill him in one shot, and he has a 20-second reload, which is very feasible. The super Persian can two-shot kill him. He's already fired once. He's got around 8 seconds left to reload. So it's going to be close whether he takes a shot by Super Pershing or not. Super Pershing bounces his shot and he plants one right into the gun mantle of that tank. Now when Nashorn appears, not priority, but is a priority at the moment. Could kill the T-34, but perfect target for a derp gun with like so much alpha damage, no armor on that Nashorn, and he kills the T-34. Now this guy could be a bit of a danger to him. 88mm gun. Very strong, can take off half his hit points. He misses, he's dead. Jagdtiger appears. Fires, misses. Definitely got spotted there, even though he doesn't have sixth sense. Jagdtiger hell bent on killing this IS, and I've got to mention here, he's up to 6 kills and 4,500 damage. So let's just speed up the replay a little bit here. Can't find any shots. He's trying to move forward. The IS is hiding a bit. He's off. He's got some good shots. IS gets taken out of the SU-152. I have no idea where that shot went. And, well, no spoilers, but he can win this. It's very doable in a KV2. Kills the Jagdtiger, but he's on one shot for each of these tanks. Can he do it? SU appears, and no. Unfortunately, I do apologise about speeding up the replay a little bit there. I think getting close to my recording limit. But unfortunately, he's not able to pick up the 1 versus 3 and a possible the Walters medal, but still very, very strong replay with 25,000 WN8, 5,200 damage and 7 kills in a tier 8 game in a tier 6 tank. So, very well done to you, Explosion 111. Bit unfortunate about the heartbreak, but you win some, you lose some. It's best to focus on and realise just how much of a fantastic game you had in a KV2 in a tier 8 game. So with that being said, let's move on and look at the statistics of these two games. So, as we can see here, the first game, my game on Tundra, is a defeat. Only a first class mastery badge, got a high caliber out of it, that's some consolation. Finished top on damage with 2,500, and you see our artillery not doing particularly good amount of damage, but it didn't look, well no, he only managed to fire one shot. Don't know whether he got rushed or spotted and counter batteried. Yeah, he must have got counter batteried by the other artillery. It's unfortunate there. Could have done with his health, but you know, you can't have everything, am I right? But, you know, I could have done more. I mean, if I'd fired armor piercing, I could have aided team if I'd not done any splash damage to that T-34. Yes, it was a bit of a risk using that tiger, the Jagdpanther, sorry. But I feel it had to be done because it's the Jagdpanther. It's a very strong tier 7 tank destroyer. Hit ratio wise, hit 8 out of 9 shots, only 300 damage bought by armor. See, 4 penetrations, 2 none. Received 27,000 credits, fine for allies, say 1,100, but using the premium consumer, this is the argument. KV2 does not make that many credits, especially with a premium consumable thrown in there. So that's to balance out whether you want to increase your ability to have a slightly better game generally in terms of statistics, or whether you want to be making more money. Experience wise, 2,400, all round, 773 received. As the personal serve, put quite a bit on there, but you know, it was an enjoyable game, I have to say. Could have done better, could have played better. I feel, but I have to say, nothing compares to this replay. I mean, what a heartbreak. He even says it had a heartbreak in it. I mean, it's probably one of the worst ones I've ever seen, or worst in the broadest sense of the term. But as you see, ace tanker, obviously, 5 for effects, obviously. High caliber and a top gun, 1 kill away from that Bradley Walters. It's unfortunate. If you look at doing nearly 2,000 damage more than all of the tier 8 tanks, 2,000 plus more. And if these tier 8 tanks here, I'm not saying they must have had some bad RNG, but if they'd have done a little bit more, maybe he could have picked up that win. And I don't think he could have done anything wrong there. Like, he played it perfectly and flawlessly from start to finish, and as you can see, without that premium consumable, he managed to make 56,000 credits, or 32 without a premium count, and obviously a load of experience shooting tier 7 tanks, and obviously getting lucky against this Tiger, managing to penetrate him. Probably aided him in getting more damage. I should say explosion instead of him. It's a bit more formal that way. But you know, I feel really sorry for him because of his team had done more. Explosion could have had a much better impact. But I have to say, this nice one in the enemy team, Shelby GT500, very nice car. It's a bit off topic there, but he did play a very strong game as well. Same with this Type 62 on the enemy team, showing how powerful those two tanks are, and especially the KV2. So, my opinion on the KV2, it's a very, very strong tank. It's so funny, like, what you can do to tanks like this Tiger and this Leo, and any tank really, like, even against hull down T-34s or T-29s, you're still going to be doing around 250 to 350 damage. Even with HE, you're going to be knocking out crew members, modules, and just really frustrating them. And that's what the KV2 does. It's not a tank that can go up there and fight like a KV-85. It's a support vehicle. It kills you internally, and that's sort of a bit sadistic, but what it kills you by forcing you to use your repair kit, forcing you to use your fire extinguisher or your medikit, and then not having that for the end of the game where you might need it just to take down that win. Yeah, KV2 is a great tank. I thoroughly recommend picking this up if you want to just have some fun, just derp around, you're getting frustrated at high tiers. Perfect thing to use, especially in platoons. Platoons of KV2s are great fun. Anyway, that being said, thank you for tuning in to watch this video. Please like, share and subscribe, and I will see you for some more World of Tanks gameplay.